Hello Frenzy, my name is Kate Shark and welcome back to Nightmare Frames. So, So, I think I figured out, I know it took me a minute, so let's go back here. We want to go to Riskin Productions. We will go here, because he needs cologne. And because there wasn't enough, we'll use that on here. So, I'll take this to him. Here's your goddamn cologne. Filled to the brim. I'll bathe in it. So everything all right? One more thing. For God's sake, Jack. Where's the shoot? Oh, 1864 Kenmore Avenue. 1864. Very good. Nervous, Ellen. Don't worry. Just go there and do the best you can. I don't think Bishop will expect much from you except to finish the shoot without complications. I hope so. Something else. Snort. Has Bishop said anything to you about, you know, no I don't, what's that? What's he supposed to have said? Something about, I don't follow, about money, damn it. What difference does it make? You're going to shoot a movie, even if they pay you poorly, it will still be more than what you can get begging here. Fair enough. Take this, I won't need it. Peachy, leave him alone. Taking the $5 bill, though. You know what, Ellen? You're a good man. No, I'm not. I need to talk to the producer, and I can't do that unless I get a director. Bah, minor details. You've given this poor old man a new lease of life. And that makes you a good man, even if you think otherwise. Now, if you'll excuse me. Hollywood. Jack Palmer is back. Okay. It's that way. Mug with coins. A few coins is all the money Jack has made today. Okay, so we'll go to a taxi and we'll go to the diner. So we'll use a coin. Heads up, the smartass is showing what he's got. Quiz 85, Deluxe. Oh God, let's do music. Which members of Duran Duran just formed the band Arcadia? Oh, for fuck's sake.
2 hours later.
Oh, here we go. Real name of Boy George from the George Allen O'Down. I know that one. We do not. Okay. Hey, Alan, come over here. Okay. Yeah, loser. Oh, shut up. Okay. Vicky, what do you want, Alan? I'm trying to get that photo book, okay? Be careful, Alan. Don't worry. Hey, Joe. I'll be around. Let's see. Mac. Carry on with your thing. I'm trying to think how I can get that book. I'll be able to pick the lock with that. Pick the lock. So it's a lock pick. Okay. Take a look through the gap. There are a couple of suspicious photos to a note. Try to stick your fingers through the slot, but barely manage to graze the photograph. Okay, so let's do that. Push through the gap and try to stick the picture. You succeed. Bingo. Okay. With the photos in here to read the note. I'm sorry, Barry. I don't want to have this kind of material in my possession. I could get in trouble, and so could you. The photos are 2 new girls in sensual poses. Neither of them must be more than 15 years old. Mitchell's depravity knows no bounds. I don't want to look at them. His clients, he also photographs naked underage girls. This guy should be locked up. Can you again? Give me that book. Oh, yeah, or else what? I can tell everyone what you do here. My legs are shaking. Don't you know who you are, man? Wait a minute, have you been snooping my mailbox, you son of a bitch? So you're in the business of taking pictures of naked underage girls, huh? Surprisingly, but not expected. I don't know what you're talking about. Those pictures should ring a bell. They were taken here. The background is the same you have over there. Are you accusing me of taking pictures of naked minors? Yes. It's a very serious accusation, my friend. Do you want to meet in front of a lawyer? Sure, why not? Although we could find ourselves in front of the police as soon as I hand over this material. Everyone will know what you did before we go to the trial. You motherfucking piece of... What the hell do you want from me? You already know that. Vicky Hoff's photo book. Shit. 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 I'd still give it to the... Here you go. Inventory of Vicky's book. Now give me those pictures. I don't have them here. I said give them to me. You heard what I said, and don't get any closer. I'll get as close as I want, okay? Give me the pictures. I said that. What are you doing? Don't you touch me again. Is that a threat? Oh! So you should have done in the first place. You occasionally punch the writing table when a script is not working for you, but never a person. Not bad for the first time. You check if you've overdone it. Oh, he'll be fine. Sweet dreams, dickhead. Good. I was really hoping he wouldn't give him the pictures. Okay, good. So. Look for the cab with a free sign. Okay, let's go to the diner. Oh, wait, I gotta take... Hold on, I gotta take him that book. That's my fault. I don't know why I was gonna give it to her. Glenn Bishop. I have to remember who's who in this. Here, Glenn. Talked to him before. Okay. Oh, I'm about to drink one that's still closed. Did you get... Yes. And that too. Tony, I'll call you later. Margarita Angel has arrived. Well. I'm sorry to offer you a chair, but I had a little mishap with the old office and... Don't worry. Alright, now let's get down to business. The director, who is it? Jack Palmer. That giant insects guy? He's still alive? Sorry, it's the only one I could get. You serious? That's fantastic. Is it? Do you watch Eliza's show? She plays on his films on a regular basis. The kids know him. I can already picture the hype. Jack Palmer's return to directing. Let's take advantage of this 50s revival, you know? The Fangoria people will love it. I like your choice, Goldberg, and I like you. Did you send him to the shoot? Yeah, he should be on his way already. Wonderful. Let's see the girl. Did you bring the photo book? Yes, here you go. Well, let's see. What amazing eyes. What a looker. She reminds me of that girl who was in the Osterman weekend. The one by Sam Peckinpah. What's her name? Meg Foster, that's it. It was not a prerequisite, but does she know how to act? She's the best actress I know. And how come I had never heard of her before? She hasn't had much luck. What are you waiting for? Call her and give her the news. Vicky, it's Alan. The role is yours. No, you don't owe me anything. Does Joe agree? Will Karen cover for you? Perfect. Get on with it already. Tell her to rush to 1864 Kenmore Avenue and ask for Tony. Mr. Bishop says that... Yeah, you heard him. That's all. Yes, we'll talk later. Break a leg, Vicky. Mr. Goldberg, you just saved my life. How could I ever thank you? Ah, yes, you want to talk about Peter Evans. That's why you're here, right? Damn right. You see, Hollywood has its myths and its ghosts. But this one I'm telling you about is real. The Sister of Mercy, ring a bell? I don't think so. She's a figure worshipped by everyone in the film business. She is stinking rich, more than you and I could ever imagine. She does and undoes as she pleases in Hollywood. You could say that Hollywood belongs to her. What does this have to do with Peter Evans? Evans was a poor bastard. He spent more than he earned. He had an obelisk brought from Egypt. Wow, probably just for his dogs to piss on. The studio no longer wanted him. He had cash flow problems and gambling issues. He was finished. He came to me because he heard that I could get him in touch with the Sister of Mercy. I called her, but she wanted nothing to do with Evans. She had no use for him. Evans probably saw no way out and shot himself. But you, on the other hand, I'm sure she would be delighted to meet you. What does the Sister of Mercy do? She's like the genie in the lamp. She offers you anything that you can think of, money, power, whatever you want. But she asks for something in return. Such as, depends on what she needs at the time. So how come I haven't been in the cheap movie business. I haven't always been in the cheap movie business, Goldberg. In the 40s, I was an up-and-coming producer at RKO and I blew it. Who knows how I would have ended up if she hadn't helped me, not once, but twice. Twice. Let's just say that we had a very close relationship, if you know what I mean. You know what? Talk to her. She likes men like you. Resourceful. You just proved it to me. Don't you have any ambitions? Is there something you want with all your might and you feel there's no human way to get it? She will make it happen for you. Take my advice. I don't know. When will you get out of here? Get to Bella, or I will call her. She'll be waiting for you. It is the most I can do for you as a token of gratitude. All right, I'll go see her. You won't regret it. By the way, yeah? If you have an idea for a horror movie, I can listen to it, and if I like it, I'll buy it from you. On the cheap, though. All right. Okay, so I guess we'll go. Okay, so let's do... This one clear, bud. Shalon Road. Mrs. Westmore will be with you shortly. Wait here, please. Is that her? No, it's her sister. She passed away in 45. Try not to mention her, sir. Alan. Mrs. Westmore, there's no need for formalities. Please call me Helen. Take the day off, Hobson. Thanks a lot. She looks like Helen Mirren. I'm glad you came. It's a pleasure to have the best horror screenwriter in my house. Are you familiar with my work? I've been fascinated by the genre since I attended the premiere of Universal's Dracula in 1931 when I was 9. Since then, I have been interested in everything that has come out before and after in horror movie cinema. But there is something that saddens me. That the person who currently best understands the code of this type of cinema and takes them a step further does not consider himself a horror fan. I guess, when I was young. Corman Hammer films. But you've matured, right? I hope that's not what you're implying. Horror films are more than just silly entertainment for teenagers. There's more maturity and complexity in your first genre script, Campfire Psycho, than in Melodies of Heaven. I hope you'll forgive my words, but that movie you hold in such high esteem was full of melodramatic cliches. Anyway, let's first address the matter that's brought you here. Peter Evans, right? You can't understand why a person who apparently has everything would take his own life. He had money, success, and health. Money, success, and health. Everything we aspire to in this life, right? Money? He was a spendthrift, Alan. Obelisks in his garden, brought from Egypt, daily parties in his mansion. Such a lifestyle was hard to maintain. Success? His last few films performed way below what the studio expected. Shareholders were anxious to get rid of him. As to his health, he was sick. He was a gambling addict. Why'd he come see you? He knew that his days as a star producer were coming to an end, and although he was aware that his life was about to change, he lost large amounts of money to poker. He even gambled away his mansion. He lost it. He wanted me to restore his status, both professionally and financially, something I can do with a snap of my fingers. I'm rich, Alan. Filthy rich. You may have heard that I own Hollywood, and in a way it's true. I do and undo as I please, but I always ask for something in return. And I had no use for Evans. He was not a seeker. Like a millionaire. Like all millionaires, he was used to having everyone do the most basic things for him. Like you, I guess? Less than you might think. Hobson says I'm always stepping on his toes. Evans was not like us, Alan. Like so many others in his desperation, he turned to me as a last resort. I refused to listen to him, and that rejection was probably what pulled the trigger which blew his head off. But I don't feel guilty about it. What's a seeker? For you, for example. Our mutual friend Glenn had a problem, and in a matter of an hour you solved it. That is a seeker. I was lucky I knew an actress and a director. A lucky seeker. What more could I ask for? Come with me. Bleh. Frankenstein, released in March 1910 and produced by Thomas Alva Edison. It is believed to be lost. The only remaining copy lies in that display case. The price was to rescue Metro Goldwyn Mayer once more, but it was worth it. Let us continue. A Blind Bargain, directed in 1922 by Wallace Worsley and starring Lon Chaney. The original negative was destroyed in 1931, and the last known print was lost in the same fire that destroyed the only copy of 1927's London After Midnight, directed by Todd Browning and played by Lon Chaney. I know it, I always wanted to watch it. It doesn't live up to its legend, but it's the holy grail of horror film collectors, especially for those who don't know about Edward Keller's last film. Edward Keller, you know him, right? Of course. Never felt more uncomfortable in a movie theater. Bloody mind games. Terrifying. Very low-budget film that horrified everyone who saw it. George A. Romeo has stated that he was influenced by it when making Night of the Living Dead. Even William Friedkin claimed that he had tried to live up to it with The Exorcist but failed. Oof. The mastery of the genre was unrivaled. You have that gift too, although Keller was more visceral. His last film, you said? So I understand that Bloody Mind Games wasn't the only one he directed. I've always thought it was a shame he hadn't made more films. What happened to him? He disappeared. It's well known that after his debut film, William Castle bet on him to direct Rosemary's Baby before the studio opted for Roman Polanski. But I can't find him. What few people know is that in 1970, a young reporter for Variety magazine called his boss to say that he had stumbled upon him in a small town, claimed that Keller had shot the scariest film in history, and knowing what he was capable of, that might have been the case. What town was that? No one knows. The reporter never called again. He disappeared too. I want that film, Ellen, and I believe you are the right man for the job. Tell me, what would you like in exchange? Oh God. Well, you can... I want to write high-budget dramas. I can pick up the phone and have studios fighting over anything you write, even on your grocery list. But you need to be more ambitious. To win an Oscar. An Oscar? Anyone can win one without my intervention. You have golden opportunity, Ellen. Shoot higher. To be rich and famous. Evans is rich and famous, and things didn't go so well for him. Go ahead, look inside yourself and tell me what it is you desire the most. That one thing you can never get otherwise. I know what you want, Ellen. You're trapped in this endless loop you're unhappy with what you have. You want to be the master of your own life and not a slave to it. You will be. You just have to find that movie. Tell me, do you accept? Helen Westmore offers you everything you've dreamed of since you came to Hollywood. You would rather have earned it on your own merits, but an opportunity like this only comes once in a lifetime and only to a select few. Think carefully, Ellen. Oh, God. Like that, I'd rather do it on my own merits. I'm sorry, but I'm not a seeker. You are, believe me, I'm a good judge of character. And something tells me you'll be the one to find the scariest movie ever. I don't know. Trust me, Ellen. With my help, you'll achieve great things in this business, if that is what you want. Alright, I'm in. Excellent. But where do I start? Last clue we have is the missing reporter. And don't bother with Variety, they don't know anything. Try to follow footsteps and find out how he got to Keller. But how? That is the job of a seeker. I'm sure you'll know who to ask. No promises, but I'll try. It's been a pleasure, Alan. I know that you'll be back with that film. I'd better get moving. Thank you, Helen. Huh. Good luck to you, Seeker. I wonder... What's up, dude? Do you know Edward Keller? Edward Keller, man. He and his work give me the creeps. Why is that? Have you seen his only film? It's from '67, very low budget, and at the time, no other film had such realistic makeup effects. Before Tom Savini came along, nobody had seen amputations and decapitations on that level on screen. What's your point? Word has it that when there was no makeup effects department on there was no makeup effects department on that film. Are you saying only the director was present at the premiere and none of the actors attended? None of them have been seen again in any other production. From what I heard, they were not professional actors. It was normal that they didn't appear in any other films. That's all I'm saying. I'm looking for Keller. You wouldn't know where I can find him? No fucking clue, dude. He vanished off the face of the earth. Although Wayne is the killer expert here. Who's Wayne? My partner, man. He's a killer nut. One moment. Wayne! Hey, Wayne, you idiot. Alan Goldberg wants to talk to you about Edward Keller. Dude, you better write something good. We just turned down a contract with New Line Cinema. Cut it out, man. Tell him about Keller. What do you want to know? Tell me about Keller. There's not much else to say about it. Nobody knew about him until he released Bloody Mind Games. It's a very cheap film, yet touched by the hand of a genius. Whew, excuse me. It was released in only a few theaters and didn't gross much. However, the reviews praised it to no end. Nothing like it had ever been seen before. It blended psychological horror with the gimmicky real well. Romero, Friedkin, Polanski, and even Hitchcock raved about the film, and a cult following soon began to develop around it. Have you seen it? Yeah, I got to see it as a kid in the cinema. It's a fucking masterpiece. Well, Keller, right? He was only seen once at the premiere. He gave a really crazy dissertation about fear. Nobody knew what he was talking about. Left during the screening, he was never seen again. I gave a couple of interviews not long after, although there was a rumor that the answers were not his. A fakey interview, you know. Mark suggested there were no makeup effects in Bloody Mind Games. Oh yes, that legend. Bullshit. Kristen Masterson played Mary, was in several episodes of Happy Days in the 70s. In the movie, they smashed her face. Mark, buddy, you're so gullible. Man, the only one in Happy Days is another... The one in Happy Days is another Kristen Masterson. That actress denies that she worked with Keller. It's the same one, for fuck's sakes. Older, but she's the same actress. Not again. We've been through this before. You know, man, Keller had the craziest theory. According to him, an actor should not appear in any more films once he finishes his role. This way you avoid the schizophrenia of seeing the same character in two unrelated stories. That's where that absurd legend comes from, Mark. People think he really killed them. Oh, fuck off. You fuck off. Okay, everyone calm down. I was just curious. What might in fact be true is, well, word on the street is that they used real corpses for the deaths. According to the crew credits, Keller was in charge of makeup effects. I know the craft, man, and either Keller was a genius or, well, they used real corpses. I want to find him. Well, you have your work cut out for you, pal. Nobody knows where he is. They call him J.D. Salinger of horror. Hell, Salinger is easier to track down. Although he'll send you for a hike if you do. No one has been in contact with him? Was he married? Did he have children? Fuck, I've been looking forward to this for months. What are you talking about? Mark, listen carefully. You're gonna shit yourself. Keller had a daughter with his partner. A Kate, Kimberly, whatever. The girl was named Elizabeth Keller. Something happened to the couple and Keller took charge of her daughter rather unwillingly. Their relationship wasn't very good, so Elizabeth cut ties with him. She took off and changed her name. Day, she's a well-known face. What? We all know her. Even our friend Goldberg has insulted her in an interview. Wait a minute. You can't be serious. Eliza? From Elijah's Mansion of Horrors? Bingo. You're fucking with me, right? How do you know that? Tracy told me. Tracy from Hello, Mary Sue? She had a fling with her. Apparently one night she was feeling down and vented to Tracy. She didn't get along with Keller and walked out on him at the age of 13. If there is anyone who might know more about Keller, that might be Eliza. Although going by the date, she must have flown the nest long before the premiere of Bloody Mind Games. I still don't know if she'll be much help. I can't believe it. What do you know about his last film? Edward Keller's lost film, huh? It's a myth, man. A hoax. Some guy from Variety made up. It doesn't exist. There's no record of it at any production company. And if it already existed, or really existed, fuck, I'd give my right arm to see it. I need to speak with Eliza. Where can I find her? I think that video game she's starring in is coming out tomorrow and she's presenting at a Radio Shack. I have no idea which one. Tomorrow? What about today? Right now she must be shooting Eliza's Mansion of Horrors, but I don't know which studio. Sorry, I can't help you. Don't worry, you've been very helpful already. I know whom to ask. Keep me posted if Eliza decides to talk to you, although I highly doubt she will after the shit you talked about her. I'll see if there's any luck. Well, I still have to make the 13 feet of intestines. So, anything else, man? Nope, think that's all. Then I'm off. Thanks, Wayne. Thanks to you, buddy. Wayne is right, dude. Try not to take a dump on the John and John in every interview you give. Too young to fall in love. Oh, okay, he's singing. You get closer and see. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. Okay, so we'll go back to here. I'll go talk to Pam. Pamela. You busy? Always am. What do you need? Any other... Edward Killer. If you give me a minute, I can check the archives. I doubt he'll be there. He was a horror film director from the 60s. Unfortunately, in that case, I can't help you on. It's okay. Let's see. Alan, grab a drink, make yourself at home. You have a moment? Sure. Do you know anything about Edward Killer? Sure. If I did this for a living, it's thanks to people like him. I've always wanted to do something on the level of bloody mind games, and I hope that one day you'll write something that surpasses it. If there's anyone who would be able to do it, it's you. Do you know where I can find him? No, Alan, I don't. Last I heard from him, he was about to direct Rosemary's Baby. Can you imagine? If he had directed it, Polanski's version would have looked like an episode of Sesame Street. So why the interest in Killer? Sheer curiosity. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't help you. Well, who would I ask then about? I'm watching you, Alan. What did I do? Nothing yet, but try not to leave me without another employee, okay? Hi, Karen. New look? Yes, do you like it? Very colorful. It's the same way Cyndi Lauper wears it in the She Bop music video. Cindy who? Right, I forgot you live on Saturn. I have Vicky get role in a movie. I know. Vicky must be very grateful. It's the very least you could do after what you said to her. What did I say? You should know. What are you reading? Starhit, some music magazine. Are the articles any good? No idea, I'm just looking at the pictures. John Taylor is such a dreamboat. See you later. Okay. Mac? Oh, there you go. Do you know where Eliza's Mansion of Horrors is being shot? Yeah, sure. The show is so popular that MBS has acquired it for this new season. It's being recorded on their studios. I don't know which stage exactly, but my friend John is at the guard booth that he knows. Tell him you're on my behalf and he'll get you in without a problem. Thanks a lot, Mac. Wish I could be there when Eliza smacks you in the face. Because she's going to, you know? I'm afraid so. Because Elvira was with NBC Studios. Tonight's film is unlike any you have seen. You will see decapitations, exploding bodies, and gallons of blood. And a sex scene. Which is probably what your parents wouldn't want you to see. At least those were the words of one of the network executives who almost didn't allow us to broadcast this film. And that's one of the problems with American morality. We can show you how to open a body with a chainsaw, or 1,001 ways to torture a person, acts against nature, but if you see a boob, all alarms go off. But you have no doubt that this executive who didn't want you to watch tonight's movie is paying a dominatrix $120 an hour to get whipped right now. Cut. What? What do you mean cut? Since when do managers double dip as directors? She can't say that. What can't I say? You're saying Howard Layton is into BDSM. And isn't that true? Of course it's true. That's precisely why you can't say it. Who cares? I'm sick of that jerk. Hugh's right, Eliza. MBS would cancel our show if you start digging up dirt on the management. I can say it with other words. No, for heaven's sake. Bite your tongue. Let's repeat everything from the top. And you, quiet. Is everyone ready? Unbelievable. You got a lot of nerve showing your face around here. Who are you? Hugh Steinman, Eliza's manager. The same one who sued you for slander on my client. Oh yeah? You have not received it yet? Maybe. I don't check the mail much ever since her crazy fans started sending me death threats. What do you want, Goldberg? I want to talk to Eliza. I very much doubt she wants to talk to you. I want to ask her about her father. Eliza doesn't talk about her private life, especially not with you. Come on, Hudson, give me a chance. Hugh. You know what? This could be interesting. Will you apologize to her? I have no problem with that. Fine. I hope this matter will be settled today. Right now she's shooting her show. I'll talk to her when she's done. But it'll be after this guy. Who? That one sitting there. He's the president of her fan club in Encino? He's going to interview her and take a couple of pictures with her. And I hope he does it quickly. He won't stop reminding me that he suffers from chromatic anxiety. I don't know what that is, but I don't want any more delays today. You serious? That kid can wait. No, Goldberg. You can wait. Don't expect me to make things easy for you after everything that happened. Take it or leave it. Fine, I'll wait. Great. Fuck. Moving Eliza's figure reveals a box of electrical switches. Hi, are you a fan of Eliza too? Oh yes, absolutely. I have all her albums. But she doesn't. Elvira does. Oh, ha ha ha, I get it. I guess. What do you have there? Where? In your hand. Oh, it's a signed photo of Bela Lugosi. Has been in my family for many years. My grandfather was an actor in Romania, you know. Lugosi himself gave it to him when they were at the Actors Union there. It was founded by Lugosi. Did you know that? Why do you bring the photo with you? Is this some kind of lucky charm? I'm going to give it to Eliza. You're going to give a family keepsake to a stranger? Eliza's no stranger to me. She's been a part of my life for years. Since you want to get rid of the photo, you can make a pretty penny instead of giving it away. Eliza probably won't give a damn about it. She'll toss it in a drawer and forget about it. I do what I want with my stuff, okay? Okay. No need to snap at me like that. Nervous about meeting Eliza? Yes, of course. Who wouldn't? But it's also because of the chromatic anxiety I suffer from. It flares up when I get nervous. Do you know if there's a hospital nearby? No, forget it. I'm going to be fine. I must calm down. I need to speak with Eliza about what? That's my own business. The problem is I have to wait for you to finish whatever your business is with her. Have to interview for Eliza's Encino fan club newsletter. Yeah, well, whatever. Can you tell the guy, Hudson or Hugh, that you'll let me go first? I'm sorry, but the shoot is running late and I have to get home as soon as possible. They're waiting for me. Your kids? No, I don't have any children. The wife? My mother. How old are you, man? 30? I'll be around. Come on, let me go first. No, I can't. I'm not here to talk. If you want something, ask Hugh. Okay. What do you think you're doing? Going to take a look at the shoot? Didn't you see that sign? It says you're on IR, program's not live. Fancy yourself a smarty pants? No, I'm just... Do not interrupt the shoot. Okie dokie. See several. You're all flipped except for one. Isn't it too hot in here all of a sudden? At the age of 30, Clark Hammond has found in Eliza some kind of new religion. He records all her shows on VHS and catalogs them, collects her merchandise, and he even is the president of her fan club in Encino. Although at the moment he only has 2 members, him and his mother. Let's see here. Oh no, I knew it. Sooner or later it had to happen to me. Is there a doctor in the house? I need a doctor. Oh, the chromatic, because you're... see different colors. Where is that guy? He had to go. Why? I have no idea. Better that way. We're running late. Eliza will be there in a second. Thanks, Hudson. Hugh. Behave yourself, Goldberg. You're Ellen Goldberg, right? Yeah. Alan Goldberg, the screenwriter? That's me. I know you are, but I wanted to be sure before I did it. Do what? This. Well, shit. That hurt. You know what hurts? For a person you admire to insult you every time he gives an interview. Yes, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Fuck, that hurts. I don't like interviews, Eliza. I usually drink too much beforehand. That explains a lot. One day somebody asked me what I thought of you as a horror icon. I remember it quite well, a stripper that used horror to make teenagers horny. Something like that. It's not something like that. Those were literally your words. Magazines love feuds, and they ask me that question again and again. And when I'm drunk or hungover, I play along. By calling me a slut, that is more than just playing along. In fact, I don't even know why I'm wasting my time with a sexist pig like yourself. Eliza, I'm sorry I said those words. I tend to be a jerk most of the time. You are. I know I've earned that slap and every other slap you want to give me. I just hope your fans don't follow your lead. What do you mean? I get threats from them every day. Really? I had no idea. Don't worry about it. I don't pay much attention to them. Although I just met one of your fans. He had the same look as Mark David Chapman. I can't tell you how sorry I am, Alan. In a way, I feel responsible for it. I have dedicated you a few choice words in some of my programs. In one of them I said I would like to see you guillotined. Those idiots must have taken it seriously. Don't feel guilty. It's what I get for being such a loudmouth. I'm in the middle of a shoot. I can address them now and get this over with. Don't worry. Shall we call it even? Sounds good to me. Come on, let's sit down. All right, Alan. I know you didn't just come to apologize. What can I help you with? I'd like to talk to you about your father. My father? Edward Keller? How did you... Suppose it doesn't matter. I've spent my whole life trying to hide the fact that I'm that bastard's daughter, and to be honest, you're the last person I feel like talking to about this. But whatever, go ahead. Just promise me you'll keep it a secret. Of course. Okay, Alan Goldberg, shoot. Would you know where I can find him? Hopefully rotting in hell. You have no contact with him? Not at all. And as you can see, my life has improved a lot since I don't hear from him. What was he like? There isn't much information about your father. A genius, according to most, but a horrible person in my eyes. He didn't like people, not even his family. The only thing he cared about was his work. His ambition led him to neglect everything in his life that didn't have to do with cinema. I owe nothing to that man except my love of horror films. It's the only damn thing he impressed upon me. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't give a shit about your father. I've been offered something huge if I manage to get my hands on the last film he shot. And I'm hoping I'll be able to find it. Ah, yes, that movie. The holy grail of cursed movies. I'm afraid it's something more than a legend, and it would not surprise me at all if he had made it up. He enjoyed being the center of attention. He was a very vain person. According to what I have been told, he released Bloody Mind Games and vanished. Even when the film became a success, he still didn't appear. He could have taken the opportunity, as you say, to be the center of attention. He was a very complex person, Alan. Don't try to make sense of everything he did or didn't do. Gee, I thought I'd find a clue as to his whereabouts here. Sorry I couldn't be of any help, but I'm glad to have talked to you, even if it was about this. It seems like you're on the right track towards not being a dick. Try not to be, but I'm not very good at it. Want some advice, Alan Goldberg? Give up your search. Nobody who has come into my father's orbit has walked away unscathed. He was a manipulative psychopath. He loved to see people suffer. I think he loved that even more than horror movies. Drove my mother crazy. Did you know that? I'm sorry. He never laid a hand on her, but had absolutely control over her. My mother was a strong, independent person. No one could explain how she could consent to that kind of relationship with my father. She ended up killing herself. I was 12 when it happened, and he took care of me. I don't know if it was because he didn't want to deal with Child Protective Services, which would have distracted him from making Bloody Mind Games. I ended up in a... Just a moment. I think I have a clue for you. I'm all ears. At the time, around 1966, my father joined a cult. They called themselves the House of the Black Light. The House of the Black Light. It was just one of the many satanic cults that sprung up in LA when the hippie movement began to fizzle out. They said they worshiped the devil and who knows what else, but all they did was get high on LSD and fuck like rabbits. My father and a couple other guys were the only ones who took it seriously. I saw him do horrible things to the girls. They probably ended up like my mother. I walked out of there after 2 months. I had nowhere to go and I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. But anything was better than staying there. The thing is that 2 months ago, there happened to be a report on NBS about New Age cults in LA. One of them goes by the name Sigma Omicron. And you know what? They were at the same farm that the House of the Black Light used as their HQ and interviewed their leader, a guy named Dan. That same guy was around in the 60s. You might know something about your father. I don't know how much time he spent there, but the leader of Sigma Omicron probably knows more than I do. Where's the farm? Do you know the Lost Canyons Golf Club in Simi Valley? Rings a bell. It's the first farm you come across heading north. Thank you very much for your help, Eliza. You're welcome. But remember, I have warned you about my father. He's a tornado that swallows up everyone around it. Be careful. And one more thing. I don't make this program to show off my body. I love horror films, and out there is a whole generation of kids who will be the ones who dignify this genre in the future. My wish is to give a spark of passion in them for this next type of cinema and hope they end up being the next Sam Raimi or John Carpenter or the next Ellen Goldberg. Because even if it pains you to admit it, you are one of us. Let's go back to the shoot. Take care, Ellen. Thank you, Eliza. And I'm so sorry about it's all in the past. Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do. So we're going to save right here. Yes. So I'm going to save there, and we will leave it on this one since we got to the Elvira character, which I really liked. Would have been neat to have actually seen her look a bit more like Elvira, but you know, that there's no way they could have gotten away with that with Elvira's licensing and stuff like that. If you ever get the chance, definitely read her book. It's actually very good. And it's nothing that whole. Basically, the only similarity is her name's Elvira as opposed to Eliza, and she does quirky little things on there. But it was interesting. Anyway, I'm going to leave this episode off here. I'll come back and continue on at a later time. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to chomp down that like button. If you did like it, leave a comment down below with any other game suggestion or video ideas that you'd like to see from me. Share this channel with your friends and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already to see other videos that I've done. We'll see you all in the next one.